Hi, my name is David Sand, CEO of Uwin Iwin International. Today with me on the Breakfast Show, I have a very special guest from India, Mumbai, Aishwarya Jain. Aishwarya, thank you so much for making the long trip to South Africa, celebrating with us on our 30th year anniversary, and spending a bit of time with us over the weekend. You are the lead product evangelist for the peopleHum platform. Tell us a little bit about what you do, a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, David. It's been a pleasure. So I head international sales for peopleHum, and I have a young, vibrant team of about 25 people that I work with. And I've been with peopleHum for 5 years. I've been expanding the product and selling it to different countries, now spanning more than 72 countries. So yeah, that's me.
Fantastic. Wow, that's a big team of people on sales. Ash, tell me, what are some of the typical sales questions that you get asked by customers about the peopleHum platform, and what are some of the sticking points that you have to overcome when making a sale?
So that's a very interesting question because I work with so many different countries now. Every country, every kind of organization across a different sector, industry, they have so many different kinds of asks, and they have a different goal in their mind, when they want to switch over to a new HR system. So typically they want to, migrate from 10 or 12 different systems, and they just want one platform that can cater to all of their requests and whatever they want to do in their organizations. So it becomes important for me as the sales team to give them the trust that they need to be able to switch over from 10 different platforms and move to one, right? So they want to see that we have the features and the capabilities to be able to solve all of their problems in one go. Of course, they also want to see the pricing and affordability factors.
Yes.
They want to understand how much time is it going to take to implement a software like an HR system, which could be really vast, and it could take months and months of implementation time. So the problems that they typically face with either their existing platforms, or when they want to just go from a non-automated environment to one where they have a platform which can automate everything, is typically that they have to deal with a lot of stakeholders, and they want to know that the platform they're going with is also can sell to their stakeholders as well, because it's a multi-tier decision. It's not just the HR, there's finance involved, there's accounting, there's also the IT teams that get involved. So there's a whole lot of people that the HR has to convince, right? So they just want somebody that is somebody that they can trust and they think can be a long-term partner. So for me, the greatest challenge is that I have to make sure that they come from a space where they're comfortable with us, where we can understand their challenges and problems and help them understand how they can move from so many different software and they can just get everything in one. Just take peopleHum and that's it. That's all you need.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's the most important and the foremost challenge that most of my customers face.
Yeah. But it must be tremendous confidence booster as a sales leader to know that you've got such a powerful product and service set to support those multiple needs within an organization.
Absolutely, because HR has so many things in it. Especially after COVID, there was a lot of impetus given to the HR sector, right? So there's a lot of things. It's not just employee data management anymore. It's about rewards, recognitions. It's about doing recruitment the right way. It's about automating your performance management. It's about also doing a lot of activities on learning management now. right? So there's a whole lot of things that the HR needs to handle nowadays. So they want a platform that's, integrated very well with all of these touch points and can give them those data points that they need to make decisions. They don't want to rely on just cue points that are not data driven, that are more, I would say, intuition based. People are moving from that, and they want the softwares they have, the platforms they have, to give them the power to make these data-driven decisions, right?
Right. The HR world is certainly a complex world of people and
It is.
the dynamics of how people show up for work, the impact they make, and getting those dynamics right is a key deliverable for HR leaders. And being able to give them and offer them a tool that will help smooth that process for them in their organization is a tremendous positive that peopleHum brings to the party.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you touched a little bit about affordability. I think today, especially on the African continent or any developing world economy, price point is important. There's no two ways about that. Tell us a little bit about that and your philosophy around pricing.
So pricing has, of course, become a really key elemental factor in most of the decisions that are made by organizations today, for the HR platforms. So I think that the analogy that we use is we are a BMW. We give you service like a BMW. We give you features, functionalities like a BMW, but we are priced at a Corolla's cost, right?
Okay.
So it's a BMW with the cost of a Corolla. What's better than that, right?
Indeed.
So that's been our value proposition. That's been our philosophy right from day one.
Yes.
Because we understand that it takes a lot for HRs to get the buy-in from the C-suite. It's not the easiest thing they have to do.
Sure.
We don't want to lose on price point. So we're flexible, and of course we give you the value with the cost as well.
Fantastic. And I think that analogy is really useful for the African environment. I think the number one vehicle production and reliability and affordability is the Toyota Corolla. And it's a brand that's understood because of not only its price point, but its value proposition in terms of quality. In Africa, we can't buy cheap because Africa, you have to have reliability. And I suppose it's the same with software. Buying cheap, you can get into serious trouble. But buying quality will give you longevity and scalability. And I think that's what the peopleHum offering is.
Absolutely. I just want to add that we also are built on the philosophy of something called as TCO, which is trust. It is also the entire, one view, as well as our customer centricity and change. So trust, because we give you the experience in terms of our people, our implementation team. We give you top-notch customer support. We're very customer-centric. Change, because it takes a lot to adopt yourself, adopt a new platform, and have everybody in the organization adapt to a new platform. And we've made it easy by having a really short implementation time. Migration of data is really super quick, does not take months and months of time, as well as, of course, one view, which I mentioned earlier, which has become a very key factor into making a decision for an HR platform. So that's us.
Fantastic. So one final question before we sign off. This is your first visit to South Africa, right?
Yes.
What have you been surprised about so far? And then what are your expectations for tomorrow's HR Summit in Sandton?
That's a great question, David. I have been absolutely surprised by the kind of people that I've met, because I think as a culture, it is just so warm here. The people are so warm, including you, of course. You've been a great host. So I've been pleasantly surprised by the kind of reception I've received and the kind of hospitality that the South African people bring to the table, right? It's a lot of diversity. Of course, it's been amazing to look at a glimpse of the flora and fauna of the country as well. It's been absolutely splendid. So I'm definitely looking forward to tomorrow's summit. I'm really excited by the fact that I'm going to see my target audience in this country. which I've never done before, and I'm looking forward to interacting with so many people that are going to come tomorrow, and for them to be able to see what is it that we can offer together, and how they can get value from what is it that we have to offer.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad you haven't been disappointed, but you've been pleasantly surprised, and I have no doubt tomorrow you'll also walk away with a new perspective on the size, the scale, and the dynamic people that make up the HR landscape in South Africa. Thank you for joining me on this show.
Thank you so much, David. It was a pleasure.
And to our viewers, thank you for listening to this version of the Uwin Iwin Breakfast Show. I hope you've learnt lots. And please remember, whatever channel you're viewing this on, leave a comment below. We would really appreciate that. But more so, if you're a potential customer, a human resource person looking for new solutions to solve the complex world in which you work in, please reach out to us, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to be part of the solution that enables you to do things better into the future. So keep winning is my tagline, and I know that we can win together. So thank you.